Hi there, Darren Laverty again. So I've had the privilege of spending the last 20 years or so speaking to literally thousands and thousands of employees. And what I've learned from all those people over that time is there's one ultimate aim when it comes to finances that everybody has. It's exactly the same. Everybody wants financial freedom. So what is financial freedom? Well, there's two ways of looking at it. The first way is we've got enough money, enough cash, enough wealth to live on that money for the rest of our lives. It generates enough income for us to live the lifestyle that we want for the rest of our days, no problem, financial freedom. And the good news about that is it means that we don't have to think about money in the morning when we wake up. We just go and be the best person in every other aspect of our life that we can because we don't have the draw of trying to make money and put food on the table. So that's one way of looking at it. But that's a bit unrealistic for most people in the workplace. Most of us are never going to achieve actual financial freedom like that because we just simply don't earn enough and we can't save enough. So what's the other aspect of financial freedom? Well, the other way of looking at it is a sense of financial freedom that comes from feeling in control. Financial stress comes from feeling out of control of most things financial. A sense of financial freedom can be achieved if we can be in control or feel in control of most things financial most of the time. Now, we can't be in control of everything all the time because life keeps changing. But generally, if we're feeling in control of most things, if we've got a plan, we know where we're going, then we have a sense of financial freedom. And it means that not only are we a better person at home, we're a better person at work. So let's take a look at this. But I'm going to assume one thing. I'm going to assume that as an employer, you pay them enough money. Okay, I've got to get it out there. That's the bottom line. If you don't pay them enough, I can't help you. Okay? So if you pay them enough money, they can live, and there's a little bit left over. Okay? Stage one is really, I think most employees are at the stage when it comes to their finances, I call it overwhelm. Really because there's so much to think about, they don't know where to start. There's so much to think about, they don't get started. In fact, they become like a rabbit in the headlights. And they have to think about things like the mortgages and pension and savings and inheritance, insurances, school fees, interest rates, rent, shares, wages, accounting, banking. I could go on. All that stuff. But there's so much of it that a lot of employees sit back and they see it all. They don't know where to start. You know, what's the most important thing right now for them? They don't know. A good financial education program can solve that problem. It can help them decide what they need to learn about right now. What is the most important thing they can learn about today? Okay, to get the ball rolling, to get started on this. If we don't deal with it at overwhelm stage and they become this frightened rabbit and they don't take action, then slowly but surely they could end up in a place that's pretty dark. They get into the debt situation, arrears, they have bills, overdrafts, credit cards, payday lenders that charge thousands of % interest. And what that leads to is worry, then uncertainty, lack of sleep and stress. And that is out of control of most things financial. And you don't want to be there, they don't want to be there. It means they don't become the best person they can be outside of work, and they certainly don't act in the best way at work. They don't perform in the best way at work. So a good financial education program can actually catch that early. Let's catch them at overwhelm and help them decide what's important to learn about and take control of those things now. Let's give them a goal. Let's give them, or let them choose their own goal, in fact. Let's help them have a plan to achieve some of their goals. Let's educate them and empower them with knowledge. Let's make them financially literate enough to make good decisions. Because when they feel financially free, they're going to have a far better home life. With their family and their friends, they're going to be the best person they can be because they're not drawn by the money all the time. But in terms of work, they're more innovative, they're more creative, they're more productive, they're happier at work, and all of that leads to one great thing, and that is a much more successful business and more profits. So why not? Give it a go. Educate your employees financially.